In this video I'm going to teach you how to mine the new coin Neoxa on both Windows and HiveOS, as well as show you how much I made mining Neoxa on this mining rig for 3 days straight, so stick around. Warning, there are people pretending to be me in the comments and on social platforms. I'll never ask you to add me on WhatsApp or Telegram, and I'll never ask you to send me money, crypto, or your personal information. Alright? So please be careful, use your common sense, and don't let any of these imposters fool you. Alright, now back to the video. Hey, how's it going, GPU heads? Thanks for clicking on my video. 𝗧-𝗦𝗛𝗧 here, and Neoxa is this hot new mineable coin that I'm sure you've seen a lot of people talk about recently. And now, before we get into anything here, do keep in mind that this is a new coin, and as always with mining a brand new coin, there is some risk involved. You know, the coin could go to the moon, it could absolutely crash, it could stay exactly where it is right now forever, or anything in between basically. And if you want to learn more about the actual Neoxa coin and all its cool features with proof of gaming and all of that stuff, I recommend you check out this video by the Hobbyist Miner and the Mining King. But in this video I'm going to focus fully on how to set up mining this coin, as well as share my real world results from mining this coin for 72 hours. But quickly, before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by the Neoxa mining pool over at minerpool.org. And they're actually doing a giveaway of 50,000 Neoxa coins for our GPU head community. So make sure you stick around for later in the video when I tell you how you can enter to win in that giveaway. But for now, let's have a look at how to set up Neoxa mining. Alright, so to mine Neoxa we need 3 things. The first one is a Neoxa wallet address, which is basically like a bank account for your Neoxa coins. The second thing we need is a Neoxa mining pool, which a mining pool is basically a place where a lot of miners get together and mine Neoxa together. And we do that to kind of reduce the luck factor when it comes to mining and make sure that everyone sort of gets paid a lot more fairly. And of course today we're going to be using minerpool.org as our mining pool. And the third thing we need is the actual mining software for Neoxa. And what that does is it's basically the actual program on your computer that runs the mining calculations on your graphics cards and then sends that data over to the pool, and then the pool in turn makes sure that you get paid out to your Neoxa wallet address. And that is how it all works. So let's hop on over to the computer and set it all up. Alright, so to start I thought let's have a look at 𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗏, which is a website you can check sort of mining profitability for different coins, and you see what it expects us to be making for Neoxa on the mining rig we're gonna be mining it on. So I filled in my hash rate here, which I'm expecting to get around 190 megahash at about 1000 watts. So let's hit calculate and see what it says here. So profit wise, it's saying we're going to be making around $6.38 per day. But what I'm more interested in here is the actual coin yield, which it says we should be making just below 11,000 Neoxa coins per day, or for the 3 days that we're going to be, doing this test for, that should be around 33,000 Neoxa coins. So that is sort of our baseline with what we will be comparing our final results with. But with that out of the way, let's hop over to how to set up mining Neoxa. And to start, that would be setting up the actual wallet address. And to do so, we need to go to the official Neoxa website, which I have up on the screen here. And if you scroll down a little bit, something I wanted to mention first is it lists all of the exchanges where you can exchange your Neoxa for other coins or to cash it out for, fiat money, US dollars or euros or whatever you want. So right now it's on 𝗕𝗫𝗛𝗙𝗑, txbit.io and Xpitron. So there you go, because I know people always ask where can you cash the coins out. That's where you can do that. But we want to be setting up our wallet address. So what we have to do is come up to downloads here, and then we need to basically pick which wallet we want. So for me that will be the Windows wallet, but as you can see they also have a Mac one here, a Linux one, and a ARM one I think is coming soon for Raspberry Pis. But for us it's the Windows GUI one, and the file we want to download here is the Neoxa Qt win64.zip. So I will use a right click on this, save link as, and I will save this in my miners folder, which I've already made an exclusion in Windows Defender for. Of course, do that at your own risk. I'll show you how to do that in a little bit when we download the miner. But basically, a lot of mining software and crypto software will get falsely flagged in Windows Defender as malware while it's not. So that is why we have to do that. But so let's save that, extract it. And here we can see our Neoxa wallet. So I'm just going to open this executable, and of course it's going to give you this. Just say run anyway, and then we're just going to say okay to this. So this is where it will generate your keyword phrase, which is like your backup of the wallet. So what you need to do is hit generate here, and it's gonna give you a string of words that you need to write down and save somewhere safe. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then what it's going to ask me to do is basically enter a password down here. So I'm just going to generate a recovery phrase, enter my password that I want, and then hit enter to generate the wallet address. Right, so you might be met with a dialog like this. You just hit allow access, and then here you just need to enter the password that you just made up for the wallet. So I'm just going to do that real quick, and one more time, and hit confirm. Cool. So the first time you open your wallet, it will have to sync the whole blockchain in the wallet, which might take some time, but you can just leave it on in the background. I'm gonna hit hide, and to get your actual wallet address, just go to File, Receiving Addresses, and hit New. And you can name this whatever you want. I'm just gonna name it main, hit OK, and then I'm just gonna copy this and paste it in a text document. Like that. And that's all we need to do to set up our wallet. Now, next up, we want to find our mining pool. So let me go online and show you how to do that. So to find a mining pool for any coin, I usually go to the website minepoolstats.stream. And then out here on the left, you can just type in whatever coin you're mining. So in this case, Neoxa. And as you can see, it lists all of the pools here. Of course, we're going to go with minerpool.org. And then we can see some statistics for the pool over here. And we're going to click the connect button. Now down here, it shows us all the information we need to connect to this pool. But before we can do that, we need the mining software. So I'm going to show you how to do this in Windows first. But if you have HiveOS, you can jump to this time of the video where I show you how to do it in HiveOS instead. Before Windows, we're going to download 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, which to download 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, you need to go to their official GitHub page. Then you just click on releases out here and then download the latest Windows zip file. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you might need to set an exclusion in Windows Defender since a lot of crypto software is falsely flagged as malware. So this is how you do that. Just type Windows Security and open that up. Go to Virus and Threat Protection. Go down to Virus and Threat Protection Settings, hit Manage Settings. Scroll down to Exclusions. You might need to hit Yes on a dialog like this. And then hit Add an Exclusion folder. And then either select a folder or make a new folder for all of your mining software. Now, I've done that already, as you can see. So I'm just going to right click on this and hit Save Link As and save that in my miners folder where I've already made an exclusion. Now, as you can see, I actually have already also downloaded this, so I don't need to do anything. So I can just hit cancel and I'll open that folder up. So once we extract the miner and open the folder up, we're greeted by all of these sort of template files here for mining different coins. And of course, we want to mine Neoxa, and there isn't a template file for Neoxa, but we're going to make one. So let's choose a Ravencoin one, because Ravencoin uses the same mining algorithm as Neoxa, so that's very easy. So let's just go with this one, RVN Raven Miner. Right click, hit edit. You might be greeted by a dialog like this. It's a more info run anyway. And we can now edit this batch file. And what's very handy is that minerpool.org actually gives us all the information that we need to put into this batch file here. So if you go back to minerpool.org, remember we had clicked connect here to get this information up. And the first thing we need to do is we need to select which server we want to be mining to here. So for me, that's the EU server. You want to be picking the one that's closest to you physically, because, you know, the closer you are, the faster your connection will be with the server basically. So for me, that will be the EU one. And then what I'll do is I'll just select this and copy it. And I will paste that here where it says stratumravenminer.com. And that's now changed to Neox EU minerpool.org. Then this number here, I need to change to this port number here. As you can see, this is the one we want because it's the one for GPU mining. We're not using 𝗏𝗏 and we're not using the static 𝗏𝗏. So let's just paste that here. Then of course, this string here is the default wallet address for the mining software. We want to change that to our Neoxa wallet address, which we saved earlier from when we made the wallet. So let's just copy that and paste that here. Then here, what you can do is you can name your mining rig whatever you want it to show up as on the pool. So let's just go with test rig for now. And then finally, this last little bit here is going to be your password on the pool. So I'm just going to say 123 pass, and that's it. Then you can just hit the little file, save as. Make sure you change it from text document to all files so that you can save it as a batch file. And then I'm just going to name this Neoxa and save. So now you should be able to just run this, and it will start mining Neoxa on minerpool.org. Now, as you can see, it's not working because I actually don't have any graphics cards plugged in to this machine. Of course, you also need to, set proper overclocks and stuff like that for your GPUs. Now, I have both a video on how to find optimal overclock settings for your GPUs. I'll leave that up in the corner there. I also have a video on how to enter those overclock settings directly into 𝗕𝗏𝗧𝗧 to make sure your miner is a lot more stable. So I'll leave a link to that video up in the card there as well. But that's it for Windows. So let's hop on over to HiveOS. All right, so we're in my worker page for this mining rig we're going to be mining Neoxa on, and the very first thing we need to do is come into flight sheets, and obviously we need to make a new flight sheet for Neoxa. So you just click flight sheets up here, and then as for coin, you start typing in Neoxa, and then you need to add the wallet that we just made. So hit add wallet, and then just basically paste the address that we got from making the wallet earlier. And I'm just going to name my wallet main, and the source I'm going to say core wallet. I'm not going to save as global wallet, and then hit create. And there's your wallet. Now, as for pool, of course, we're going to select minerpool.org, and I'm going to go with EU variable difficulty, hit apply. And then for miner, we're going to set up 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏. And now the one thing I do recommend you do is hit setup miner config here and actually enter a password that you want to be using on the pool. For an example here, I'll just go with 123pass. I'm going to be changing that later, and then hit apply changes. That is so you can actually make changes to the settings on the pool later. And then I'm just going to name this flight sheet Neoxa and create flight sheet. And after that, all we got to do is go back to the worker and select that flight sheet, and we're off to the races. So I'm back on the worker here. I'm just going to hit flight sheet and then hit the little rocket icon on the Neoxa flight sheet that we just made. Now I'm going to go back to our overview here and enter some overclock settings, and then we'll see kind of what hash rates I'm getting on these 3070s. Alright, so here are my overclock settings, and as you can see, we're getting roughly 31 mega hash on every card, which gives us roughly the 190 mega hash we were expecting on this rig, just a tiny bit less, 3.5 mega hash or so less. And what we can do now is, of course, come to our pool dashboard. So if we just go back to neox.minerpool.org, we can enter our wallet address up here in the right top corner, and we can start seeing all of our statistics mining on the pool. Now, keep in mind, I've only mined for like 2 minutes, so there's not much here, but there is one thing that I do want to show you, and that is if you come here and where it says balance, you can hit the change button, and this allows you to set your sort of minimum payout threshold for when you want to get paid out from the pool. So what you do is you just slide this slider to what you want your minimum threshold to be, and then you enter your password and hit save. But I'm just going to set this at the max value of 10,000 Neoxa coins now, enter my password, which was 123pass, and then hit save. But that's it for now. So while we wait for this rig to mine for 72 hours, I'll tell you how you can enter into the giveaway, and then we'll jump into the future and see just how much Neoxa we have mined in the 3 days. Alright, so there are 3 simple steps for how you can enter to win in this 50,000 Neoxa coin giveaway by minerpool.org. And the first step is that you have to mine Neoxa on minerpool.org for at least 24 hours. And the second step is that you need to leave a normal positive comment on this video where you somewhere mention the secret word, which is kiwi. And the third and final step is you need to go to the Google form that's linked in the pinned comment below this video, and you need to fill in your YouTube username and your Neoxa wallet address that you're mining to minerpool.org with. And you have about 2 weeks to enter the giveaway. We're going to be picking the winner in a upcoming video here on the channel about 2 weeks from now, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video. Alright, so it has been 3 days and I'm here on my minerpool.org dashboard for my Neoxa mining, and here we can see I've been mining for about 72 hours like I said. Now the rig has been off for a little bit because I'm recording this the morning after, and here you can see my 24 average hash rate and stuff like that. But more importantly, we can see just how much I've mined here. So you can see the total paid amount is 20,318 Neoxa, and I also have an unpaid balance of 7,890 Neoxa. Now that is because, as you remember, I set my custom payout threshold to 10,000 Neoxa. So if I want to get paid this remaining unpaid balance, all I have to do is come in here and change my payout threshold to be lower, and the rest will be paid out. So let's have a look at exactly how much this is put together. So we got 20,318 plus 7,890 for a total of 28,208 Neoxa. Now let's see how much that is worth in terms of today's price. So I'm here on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to scroll down and we can paste in our total yield here. And as you can see, that is worth about $22.63 as of recording this video, which just so happens to be pretty much exactly what you need in order to get yourself a awesome GPU Heads official merch t-shirt like this red logo one. Just gonna put that out there for you guys. And you can get that over at gpuheads.com. All right, let's move on. So there's just one more thing that I wanted to do, and that is compare our results with what we said we would get from 𝗦𝗧𝗦. Now, if you remember, I predicted we would get about 33,000 Neoxa, but we actually ended up with a little bit less than that. And that is just because of, you know, how mining works. Yield goes up and down every hour, basically. So I thought a more accurate test would be to put it against the historical data on 𝗦𝗧𝗦 now that we've actually been mining for 3 days. And as you remember, I also put in like 190 mega hash, but we actually only got 186.4. So I've got that plugged in here. And as you can see, I'm now doing the average for the last 3 days for block reward value as well as for the difficulty. So this should be a lot more accurate. So let's hit calculate here. And as you can see, we are still a little bit behind. It seems that 𝗦𝗧𝗦 is still over-reporting your yield a tiny bit. So it says we would be making about $9 a day, while actually we made a little bit less than that. So there you go. Now, if you found this video helpful, then please give it one of these. And if you really liked it, you can now join the channel to help support what I do here. It really does make a big difference and it means a lot to me, so thank you. But what you gotta do now is you gotta click on one of those videos on the screen. Because this video is over, you can also click the picture of my face to subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, go click on that next video and I'll see you there. Goodbye. Goodbye, bye bye.